Hi, my name is Emily Raskin, and this is my Language and Cultural Contact presentation number 1 for Spanish 118. For my project, I watched 5 episodes of Las Chicas del Cable, or The Cable Girls, on Netflix. Each episode is around 1 hour. Las Chicas del Cable is essentially a show that takes place in Madrid, Spain in the 1920s, and it follows a woman named Alba who disguises herself as Lydia Aguilar in a really, really popular phone company. She essentially pretends to be a phone operator and imposes herself as Lydia. As she was accused of murder, she currently faces murder charges, and her goal is to steal a large amount of money from the phone company in order to avoid her own death. The new vocabulary words I learned were per episode. So for episode 1, which is week 2, I learned these words. Marcharse lejos, which means go away. Ocurra moverte, which means happen to move. Agitada, which means agitated. Caja fuerte, which means safe. Supongo, which means I suppose. For episode 2, I learned unos cerdos, which means some pigs. Tienes razón, which means you're right. Impidio, which means prevented. Ensortijado, which means curly. And una cobarde, which means a coward. For the fourth week, episode 3, I learned precisamente, which means precisely. Una imagen interesada, which means an interested image. Arrepentimiento, which means repentance. Había salido, which means had to come out. Cambiado, which means changed. In episode 4, I learned these words. La envidia, the envy. Capaz, able. Rescatarte, rescue you. Le apagas las ganas, turn off your desire. And una copa, a glass. Finally, for episode 5 or week 6, I learned el jefe, which is the boss. Madrugar, which means get up early. Aferrate, which means hold on. Vete, go away. And finally, apuesto, which is handsome. Some cultural practices in comparison that I saw was that specifically because it takes place in Spain, they said the sound instead of a hard C or Z sound when speaking. Also, I did see like a little bit of woman suppression versus empowerment themes because since the show does take place in the 1920s, there's a large presence of masculinity as it shows the men must work while the women should not work and they must take care of the kids and take care of the house instead. While it is rare for the woman to have a job in the 1920s, the women who did become phone operators became more independent and they really ended up loving their jobs and did not want to quit, even if their husband got a promotion. And that was seen as very bad because women were not really supposed to work and they were honestly supposed to take care of their kids. This can be compared to the 1920s in America because women were somewhat in the same situation where they were meant to be housewives and take care of the kids instead of working. But thankfully, within today and modern times, there's no gap between or gender differences between men or women, as women are actually encouraged to become educated and work and get really good jobs these days.